Hello and welcome to the Sprues and Brews unboxing. Today we're looking at the Fellblade Super-Heavy Battle Tank for Warhammer The Horus Heresy. So first of all, I want to say a massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending us an early review copy to check out on the site. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the kit, seeing it goes together, and in the second half of the video we'll have this built and painted, and we'll do a bit of a size comparison compared to some other tanks in the Horus Heresy range. But yeah, this is an exciting one. It was previously a fully resin kit, the super heavy Fellblade for the Legions Astartes. So yeah, really nice tank. If you know kind of this chassis as well, there's a couple of different tanks that go on the same one. So I'm fully expecting that we're going to get you know, a couple more kits with the different turrets in to round out the different super heavy options for the Space Marines. But yeah, really nice tank. I think but basically a Space Marine Baneblade, kind of the vibe that we've got for this one. I'm probably going to paint this up to match my Sons of Horus. I've got a big Sons of Horus tank company, and that would fit in perfectly for them because yeah, you can't go wrong with big tanks. So yeah, without further ado, should we crack this open? The price for this is, just double checking my sheet, £125 this costs, so a lot cheaper than the old resin one was, and probably in the same ballpark as Baneblades and the like. I'm not sure how much they are these days, but probably in that area. So yeah, and it looks like a big old tank as well. So let's crack this open and have a look at what we get inside. So a lot of plastic. So yeah, straight away off the top, it looks like we've got the standard Horus Heresy kind of sprue with all the pintle weapons and stuff on there. So we've seen that before, but I think the rest of the stuff in here is brand new. So what have we got here? This looks like a couple of new, and they're both different sprues. These look like the Sponson weapons, and we've got two different sprues for the different options here. You've got, I think, the Last Cannon and Laser Destroyer off the top of my head, and it looks like you have got the options for both of them here. Now I wonder if these can just be twisted off so you can swap between them. We'll have to check that, because if they do, that'd be really useful to be able to swap between the weapons. If not, I'm sure some people will be able to do it, and I'll probably just build them as whatever looks coolest, to be honest. But yeah, you do have a sprue for each of those different loadouts. So again, that opens the door for these being able to be used on other vehicles as well in the future. So yeah, that's cool. We then get the main turret. So again, I suspect we're going to see different sprues like this for the different super heavies. They've all got minor kind of like detailing differences, and then obviously the turret itself. So I think this is the way they're going to do the super heavies for Heresy, exactly the same way they did for the kind of Rhino chassis stuff and the kind of Land Raider chassis stuff. Just make a load of kind of kits that can be combined together to do those different options. Big old turret on here, big old cannon on there. Looks really nice. And then just like with the Land Raider, we get a number of different sprues for putting together the body. So each of these are different, one for the left and right, and again they are in pieces, so they can be combined with other parts if they do any variants with like a longer chassis, for example. So yeah, if looking at the main tank sprue, you know, there can be extra pieces to go between there to mix up the variants, so they can have them looking distinct while still using the same core kits. And then these are mirrored for the left and right tracks, so that's a really good way of doing it. Doesn't look like there's many tracks on there, but I suppose a lot of it's obscured by it anyway. So yeah, that's cool. We then get two more sprues which look like they make up the main body perhaps for this one. And again, similar kind of setup to what we've had with Land Raiders in the past. Obviously the Spartan was just like this really, having, you know, a sprue for the body, sprues for the tracks, and then the weapons being kind of unique. So really easy way for them to put out all the different variants of this in a short spell of time. And then you've got this, looks like the lid of it, the big panel for the turret there. Again, this could be one that they swap out on the other variants, but it means that they don't have to do an entirely new kit. They can reuse a lot of the sprues from the existing one. So yeah, very, very nice. So yeah, before we jump to the future and see this built though, we will have a quick look at the instructions to see how it goes together. And it is a big old instruction manual. A lot of parts in here. Oh, it looks like we also get a new, yes, it looks like a new transfer sheet. So we do have the Sons of Horus and the Imperial Fist still on here, but it's also got the Salamanders and Iron Warriors, and a whole host of markings and names and stuff, which is really, really cool. I like that they've included the original 2 Legions out of the 2nd edition box as well, so that people who've got those existing forces, you know, have got transfers to use, so that's a nice touch. But yeah, have a quick look at the instructions, nice little breakdown of all the sprues. And then yeah, it builds much the same way as a Land Raider. So you build up the 2 halves of each track, kind of build those up. Mirrored instruction both of them, so they're going to be really easy to put together. And then you build up the power pack on the back, the base of it. And then the top goes on. Looks like there's a specific order in the way to put that together. So again, it's one of those kits you probably want to kind of dry fit them. I will shout out any kind of things I discovered while building it in the last half of the video. Obviously we've got the different options for the weapons here. If they've got plugs on it, brilliant, you'll be able to switch them between games. If not, all the Heresy stuff tends to be really easy to magnetise to make life easy as well. Obviously the main gun's a demolisher cannon, there's no options there, and you've got the Fellblade accelerator as well. It's just kind of one option too, so that's not too difficult. All looks good there. And then we've got the laser destroyer, oh, Gravis heavy bolter option on there as well, and then the las cannon array. So yeah, it all really depends on if we've got enough of these parts to kind of plug them in. I suspect that they all use the same, yeah, I think they all use the same universal thing. So I was hoping that you have the bits for them on the actual weapon, which means you could have 2 different sets of weapons and twist them in. So if you are going to swap these, you might need magnets, or don't stick these little bits that plug in, because that will then let you slide them out and change them. It's a minor thing, you know. It'd be nice if you could swap out the weapons, but it's not the end of the world, and most people are probably going to keep whatever weapons they put on there too. This is really kind of a big old anti-infantry tank, so bolters might be the way to go. I'll have a play with them and let you know. But then yeah, the turret kind of twists on, and then the sponsons twist on, and then we've got that upgrade sprue for all the normal kind of optional upgrades on it as well. So yeah, really, really nice looking tank, and I'm really looking forward to building it. So what we're going to do now is jump to the future. We'll have this built and painted, and we'll look at some other kits in the range. So I have furiously been working away on the Fellblade, and this is such a cool tank. Now obviously the old one was a combi resin plastic kit. I think it used the basis of the Baneblade for it and then built it up with resin panels. And obviously this is entirely plastic, and that does open the door for Games Workshop putting out all the other super heavy variants. I mean, one of the sprues, the transfer sheet even, is labelled super heavy transfer sheet. So presumably they can use, if I take the turret off, they can use the core of this and have different parts for here and here that alter the loadout a little bit. I think the glaive's got a slightly different assembly here, but it's all going to use that core kit. And then they have separate turret sprues, which then just twist on, and then with that one kit they've covered all of the super heavy kind of Space Marine vehicles. They can just put out, you know, 4 or 5 different kits with the different turrets in them, in the same way that they've done all of, you know, the Predator variants and the Spartan variants. So yeah, I might have a little bit of a super heavy carpool. I've got a very kind of tank heavy Sons of Horus army, kind of proper like tank company, and you know, I'd only be able to use them in a massive game, but if they did do all of the tanks in plastic, then yeah, I would absolutely try and run as many super heavies as I can. If you've not seen a Fellblade before, I've got a Sakaran here for a bit of a size comparison. So you can see it is a big boy. Like I say, if you've got a Baneblade, it's similar size to that really. One cool thing with the kit as well, you do get enough parts to build 2 sponsons. I think earlier in the video I wasn't sure if you'd get enough, but the way they've done it, if I can twist these guys on, this is also off the new sprue for the bolters. You get the old sponson sprue that was in the Spartan. And then you get the new sprue that's got the options for the laser destroyer and the quad bolters here. Now, when you're looking at the instructions, some of the parts are numbered a little bit differently, but essentially those assemblies are exactly the same. So if you just build it up, follow the parts that look the same, you'll be able to build 2 sets of sponsons. So if you do want both of the new weapon options, you can do that. Equally, if you want to have the laser destroyer and then the normal las cannons, you can do that too. So that's really, really good, because if you want to give your Spartan or something these heavy bolters, you can do that. You've got a spare set here, so I haven't finished painting them up yet, but yeah, really, really liked that. They could have easily just thrown in the new sprue. I don't know if at this point, when they start getting, repackaged or redone, whether the kind of Land Raider kits will include that new sprue too, or if they sell it as an upgrade frame maybe. The good thing with them doing it as an upgrade frame is that, again, if you've got an existing Spartan or something, you can just build up the new sponsons and switch them out. So that is something that I hope that they do, and I think they will, because all of the tanks can have those new sponson options now, which is really, really cool. Obviously, it's got the standard upgrade sprue as well for your kind of pin tool weapons and any other bits you want to put on there. This one I built fairly bare bones. I didn't want any hunter killer missiles or anything on there, because I thought it's a bit big to deal with that kind of stuff. And I've given it the flamers. You could probably pop a magnet underneath here to swap out that weapon, but again, with it being a super heavy, you can fire your weapons at different targets with no penalty. So I thought having a little kind of flame, kind of panic causing template on there, I thought it'd be quite handy, especially when you've got all the other various weapons on here anyway, kind of doing their thing. So yeah, really, really impressed with this kit. I hope it's not too long until the other super heavies come out, because yeah, I'm going to want to build and paint all of them. Really, really nice kit. The transfers that I've used on here are mostly from the Sons of Horus sheet, which I don't know if you can still buy it, but I got it from Forge World when I did get it. The ones that you get on the sheet are fine. I think this one's from there, and that one, and again the numberings I think is off that sheet as well. So yeah, you get all of the ones that have been kind of poster boys, so Imperial Fist, Sons of Horus, Salamanders and Iron Warriors, as well as a load of generic markings. If you want any specific Marine legions, you're probably going to want to pick up the individual transfer sheets that they do from Forge World as well. But yeah, really, really nice kit. So yeah, massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending this over to have a look. We do also have a video up of the new Mark II Assault Marines and a full written review of the new Saturnine Journal. The new journal coming out with some new unit options and campaign stuff in there. So that's all over on spruesandbrews.com. I've also got articles for both this kit and the Assault Marines over there too. So if you are interested in seeing the sprues, having a look at some more pictures on there and a bit of a write-up about how I found building it, check that out over on the website. If you have enjoyed this, why not give us a like, give this channel a follow. Tell us if you're planning on adding any of these super heavies to your Space Marine Legion as well. I'd love to know kind of what chapters you're painting these up as well. And yeah, we will be back next week with some awesome new content. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time though, see you next week.